this is the round 2 of our interview conversations with Kishore Ji. He is one of the key member of Seva Sahayog Foundations, which has truly helped many unprivileged children or the people in society at large, and they have transformed their life, and lot of more is going to come up. And I was very curious to know, there is all the brochures I have read, they have something called 16 by 17 formula. Although you have explained inside, but I would like to know from your end,
yes,
that what exactly is this 16 by 17?
Yeah, this is a very interesting thing that we have made for our brochure, so that people should ask for it, what is it? So
yeah, it's a lot of
accordingly, curiosity generating thing. So actually there are 17 sustainable development goals which are decided by UNDP as well as adopted by our Niti Ayog. So there are 17 such goals. So out of these we have footprints in 16 sustainable development goals. So our work is so much spread up that out of 17 we are working in 16.
Right.
Only one thing, that is life underwater. We are not doing much in that field since we haven't got the opportunity. If we get the opportunity, we will definitely enter into that also.
Yeah.
So in every aspect of sustainability, we are doing something or the other. That is we don't claim that we are doing great work in this, but our footprints are definitely there in these SDGs.
Yeah, great. So sir, I was reading United Nations website, so they have formulated lot of policies for the developing countries where there is the lack of educations. So they have something called the program called Millennium Development Goals, that is called the MDG of the Universal Primary Educations, and they have found that in India lot of students, basically they are unmotivated and school infrastructure is not great, and the teachers themselves is not so much educated or skilled enough to train the students. So how do you helping government as an organizations, and as you are suggesting, you've been a part, the Seva Sahayog Foundation has been part of lot of central government initiatives. You have also been consultant to the Niti Ayog, if I am not wrong, right?
Not consultant,
but kind of advisors, or your ideas or your experience you have shared with them.
We have been sharing with them. Yeah.
So how do you look at in the field of education, how India as a country we can achieve this goal?
Yeah, very true. That it's a very good question. That India is such a big country that only by private participation we won't be able to achieve this goal. And for this, government has to do a lot of things. Government has to give funds for education, for creating infrastructure, for teachers' salaries, for promoting education. But unfortunately, it is not being done so much for education. Like in our national education policy itself, it is said that 6% of the GDP should be spent on education.
Right.
Whereas if we see today's figures, it is only 3% of GDP. At this GDP level, our Prime Minister is expecting it to go up to $5 trillion economy. So in that case, the education spending also should increase,
because knowledge economy is much more important.
Yes, yes.
If you are what I have found, and it's the general thing, the country which is like spending lot into the knowledge, example like US, some of the European countries, their R&D infrastructure is great, and they are producing lot of scientific stuff and the finding that which is helping world in the greater sense, and in a way it's like knowledge is the power. I mean the 21st century if you look at, so it's a very tough thing. So your contributions as an organizations, where we are lacking and what government need to be done. I mean like the 3% GDP, but I have found that mostly going into the teacher's salary.
Yes.
Not
Right. Not into the education per se.
Yes. So what need to be done? If you have to, if India as a country to be like the knowledge economy, not just the money economy, I'm talking about the knowledge economy.
Right.
What need to be done and where is the course corrections? Please.
Yeah, I think it should be started from the primary education. You know, our rural children are not getting proper primary education also. And in fact now government is talking of closing down the school where the number of students are less than 20. You know, if we see a developed economy like Japan, many of you must have seen a video where only for one student a train goes up to one station, and during even the snowfall, and picks up that students and brings that child to the school.
Yeah, that's the viral video.
Yeah, so if such attitude is there, the government should not close down the school. In fact, they should provide proper schooling for these children. Those who are in the interior areas, those who are staying in the hilly areas, if their schools are closed down, since the number is less than 20, you know, what education they will get? So they will have to travel 10 kilometers to go to primary school, which is just impossible in hilly areas.
Yes.
Even the buses are not available.
Yes.
So we must start with primary education. Government should invest. They should not, I won't say that it is spending on primary education, it is investing in primary education.
So sir, do you think that the 5G technology which is just launched, can this technology help in terms of the lack of teachers and lack of schools problems, as you have highlighted,
Yes,
without reaching
yes,
the
yes.
teachers? So how do you look this?
Yeah, theoretically this will definitely help. But the facilities should reach up to that village, those remote places where the teachers are unable to reach. Definitely our waves will reach there, and people can get the signal and they can learn the things. But unless this infrastructure is given, unless there is a network up to a very remote village, it is not possible. So either the government should invest in such infrastructure also, so that the digital content can reach up to the villages. That is one thing, because our recent experience has been this only, that 5G or not 5G has not yet started here, but the internet and this new technology is quite a good leveler between urban children and rural children.
Yes.
Urban children used to get all the facilities, all the knowledge, whereas rural
Yes.
children were not getting.
Yes.
But because of internet reaching up to the rural level,
Yes.
they have been now exposed to all the knowledge, and now more and more children from rural areas, they are entering into IITs and engineerings and medicals, like our Vidyarthi Vikas Prakalp. Now we are getting more students from remote areas, not only taluka places, even lower than that. Gram Panchayat level now we are getting students who are very good, very intelligent students. Why they have become intelligent? Because earlier also they were there, but they were not exposed to the knowledge. Now they are exposed to the knowledge, so they are now growing up fast, and they have the intention to work hard. They want to do something and take the standard up. So this 5G technology is going to be a good leveler, provided all the infrastructure is provided up to the remote village.
So there was a concept in 80s, 90s, even 70s. It was happening till 2010 or even 14, 15. That India is basically producing, India is kind of education's factory through the IIT, IIMs or even through AIMS. They are producing students and ultimately they are landed into the other countries and they are working for, I mean, it's helping to their societies, and government is like in India, they are funding them in terms of, let's say through IIT, they are spending lot of money and they are training them. After getting trained, they landed into the foreign countries. So it's very paradox situations. And when you trained it, you make them qualify. After becoming qualified doctors, engineers, or maybe MBAs graduates where they can formulate policies, they landed into the foreign countries. So do you think at the policies level, what government can imply through that the brain drain problem can be solved, or maybe can be little down? So what sorts of the issue, as the personal experience I would...
Yeah. No, I would say that these are the days of globalization. So the world has become small, and we can't just stop people from interacting from one country to other countries, seeing new opportunities in the countries. Earlier, going to US was so difficult. Going to UK, people used to travel by ship only, and traveling used to take about a month. But now the world has become small. Opportunities are going up there. People are knowing those opportunities. India has got really a talent. Right now also all the Silicon Valley is occupied, all the big companies are occupied by intelligent Indian students. And
all the CEO.
All CEOs. There are lots of CEOs. Yes. Take it Adobe or Microsoft or Google, all these CEOs, Twitter. So all the CEOs are Indian.
Yes.
So, but there are still a lot of talented students in India as well. So they should be provided proper opportunities. Research and development, a student, if he goes from India to abroad, he gets so many facilities for his R&D lab, and he can get exposed to all the new technologies that are going on. He can work under Nobel laureates.
Yes.
And he can go into the universities which has produced hundreds of Nobel laureates. So he is definitely attracted. But in India also there is a lot of talent. If the opportunities are provided, if the infrastructure improves, as I said, if the spending improves from 3% to 6%, if there is a funding for good projects given by the government, then there will be a lot of new innovative projects coming up which will be applicable to the daily life of our people, for improving our agriculture, for improving our IT, improving our industries. But such opportunities are not being provided till now. At least now the government should think of giving such opportunities, and students will definitely remain here if they get proper opportunities here.
So I was long time back, I was reading some statement by Swami Vivekananda, where one of his disciple has asked a question that Vivekananda ji, you are talking lot of educations and lot of like third eye, lots of concept to the Western country, but once you come to in India, you talk about the issue of food. Why this is so? So he has replied that that time bhukhe pete bhakti nahi hoti. In India, a lot of those time, once the Mughals and the English people were ruling us, that lot of people are hungry. Maybe in past couple of years back, or maybe a decades back, government has formulated a policy called Midday meal.
Right.
So how this has changed at the real level. It's another thing, children's going to a school, they will have a food, so they are going. So is that making any changes that, I mean, as per expectation, or it is just the formality?
No, midday meal is really a very good scheme. It is required especially in rural areas. You know, in our urban areas we don't understand the need of it, because we pack two tiffins for our own children, and they go to school with lot of other fruits and everything.
Yes.
But in the rural areas it's a real need, because many a times, you know, after monsoon parents go for jobs, some odd jobs in nearby towns, sometimes for a day, sometimes for weeks, and children are left at home because they have to go to school, and elder children, they take care of their siblings. So this midday meal is very much required by these students, and it must be continued. But right now it is being given only up to 8th standard. It is not given to 9th and 10th standard. So suppose a 9th standard girl is taking care of her 5th standard sister or brother, that 5th standard students get midday meal, but she doesn't get the midday meal. So that is a paradoxical situation. So government should avoid that. They should give up to even 12th standard midday meal for whoever wants. They should make that available.
Yes.
So that is first thing, that it should be given up to 12th standard. The second thing is a lot of mishandling of things going on in this scheme, which government should control. That is, sometimes when they say khichdi, so instead of dal only haldi is put and made into yellow color and given to this.
Yes.
So all these, you know, loopholes, they should stop, and they should control this properly, and those who are using this scheme, they should also understand that हम खाएंगे तो कितना खाएंगे, तो ये भी सोचना चाहिए उन्होंने, and they should implement this in proper sense, then it is going to be a very useful,
because they are eating the future of India.
Yeah, right.
I mean, through the scam.
Right.
It's not just the money they are looting.
Yeah.
It's kind of future
So-
they are.
So
And
all
it's
such
a
things
huge
should be
challenge.
blocked.
I
Yeah.
mean, government need to approach the NGOs like yours, where you can really help them, like you have mentioned that.
Yes.
+2. I have also discussed this thing to another forum. Apart from providing the food in the day, once the children's going to their home, at least government should allot one tiffin for their night food once they are going up.
That also is a good suggestion. Yes.
Yes, one tiffin, and they need 4-5 chapatis. So what happened? They don't have the parents' pressure go and do a forced labor to the field or maybe some other places. So I think that can also, if somebody from the government end listening to this, they can think about that. It's not a big budget they have to spend. I mean, we are anyway putting lot of into the missile technology, but this is the basics we need to put lot, so that we can have lot of kalam and future,
Yeah.
right?
Healthy children. Yes.
Yes. So going on the next level, the questions is like, government has formulated 5 years education policies. How do this thing, keeping in the mind that now we have the 5G technology, the education is more accessible to the rural belt, and how this education policy is different to the earlier one, and is that education policies, like we have the central schools policies, let's say NCERT, we have the CBSE, where the national level of education policy and the curriculum they have formulated, but at the state level the curriculum is completely different, the syllabus is completely different.
Yes.
So do you think that the national policies which the government has launched last year is matching with the state expectations, or is there some differences there which need to be sorted down?
No, I think it is a very good policy, National Education Policy 2020, which was announced on maybe I think 29th July 2020. It's a very good policy, and I think it covers the entire nation's aspirations. The first thing is that they have changed the format. That is only an outside structure, that instead of 10 plus 2 plus 3, it has been now changed to 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So 4 stages they have considered for 15 years of education. So that is one thing. The second thing is they have recommended education up to primary level, up to 5th standard, and preferably up to 8th standard in their own mother tongue or regional language, which is a very good thing. Because nowadays we are seeing that many children from very poor background, they are being sent to English medium schools, and they don't have anybody to guide at home. They don't speak English at their home, and then these children, they definitely lag behind the other children who are regularly speaking English. So instead of that, also the expression the child can make is always better in his mother tongue or a regional language. So that also should be considered, and up to 8th standard, at least up to 5th standard, education should be made compulsory in their mother tongue or their regional language where they are staying, so that surrounding is also in the same language. So that is one good thing. For higher education, government has made one very important change, is that there is a multidisciplinary approach in education. So earlier, when you are taking arts faculty or science faculty or commerce faculty, there were fixed subjects. You have to abide by that. You can't go beyond that. That is, science students can't learn history, art students can't learn accountancy. But for surviving in this world, all the things are necessary. Multi skills are necessary, and also your subject, your interest may be something else also. Because many doctors we have seen are good poets. Correct. Many. So even if you take a formal education in one particular faculty, you should be able to pursue your hobbies into other discipline also, which has been accepted by this national education policy, and accordingly they have designed that. So there are a lot of such good things, lot of
skill university they
have come out with, research foundation they have come out with. So if the earlier it is implemented, it is better, and it should be implemented in proper sense, with proper infrastructure and all, then it will be really
very true. In art, and even I have passed out from the schools and colleges. Colleges I will not talk about, because I have been more trained into the skill-based college. But at the schools level, even till the graduations, I was more inclined towards, it's a general sense, getting more marks is more important than having a real skill sets. So somewhere, we have to stop this marking system that he has got 90%, someone got 95%, someone 80%. But maybe lot of the scientists, we have lot of examples. They have not passed out from the great university, great college. We have the poet like Rabindranath. He is not that much educated, but the things and the poem he has written, it's ultimate. So government need to be, this policy is really going to help on that sense. More creativity and more skill sets.
Creativity will be there. So we are also, as Seva Sahayog Foundation also, we are doing something in this field, that there should be more of experiential learning rather than mugging up textbooks.
I have also read that your organizations, Seva Sahayog Foundation, has been working with the Microsoft. What's that, all the skill sets you are helping?
We have started now to skill development centers. One is in Nerul, that is in Navi Mumbai, and one is in Boisar area, that is of Palghar district, which is next to Mumbai. And there we are giving computer education to the students, which is Microsoft approved. So we give them basic training of Microsoft Office, that is MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. And the exam is conducted by Microsoft, and the certification is done by them only. So that's a very good thing for the students, and they are digitally literate.
So this program is for the below 10th or above 10th, 12th?
Above 10th, that is about for 10th onwards, up to 15th standard, that is up to before they are going into the job. They are ready with the skill of computer education, and then they can get a good job also. So we are going to slowly add more courses like Tally and all these things to these, so that students are more job ready. So being job ready is also very important these days. So we are seeing that, and then we are developing the concept of the students rather than mugging up.
Right.
In our Abhyasikas also we tell students, we have made a condensed program, syllabus I would say rather, for our Abhyasikas, where the students have to learn the concepts rather than mugging up the chapters after chapter. So if they know the concept clearly, then they can get good marks. As you said that there is a rat race for getting marks.
Yes.
Even a child getting 90% mark cries and his whole family cries because somebody has got 92% marks.
Correct.
So that is a very bad thing. So they should know the concepts clearly, and then getting marks also is not very difficult. If you see most of the IIT students, I have heard their stories that on the previous night of their exam they go for a movie and enjoy 3 hours, 4 hours in a theater, because their concepts are clear, so they don't have to worry about marks. They are going to get the marks. So if the concepts are clear, they can get the marks. So we are trying for that only. Experiential learning makes your science concept clear through our mobile science laboratories, our community knowledge hub. We try to make the concepts clear, and through our Abhyasikas we try to make concepts of our school children clear, so that they don't have to worry about the marks.
Right. So keeping this thing into mind, I have seen lot of your you have a concept called mobile, through mobile, when you are providing lot of scientific experiment stuff to the schools and colleges. How you have come up this unique idea? I have never seen this across India. I mean, to be very honest, in my practical knowledge, first time I have seen from your end, I mean through Seva Sahayog Foundations, that they are really putting lot of physics experiment lab or maybe some other stuff into their laboratory, and that's really benefiting them. But some places still I found that teachers are lacking how to use that in the real sense. They know how to play, but they don't know the real impact. So but still it's helping them. At least their mind is like, okay, what this experiment and how this works. Now they are forcing themselves to getting a skill into that practicality of the physics. So how you have formulated entire policies, and it's very successful. It's been helped by a lot of corporates through their CSR. So please explain how the entire things happen, and how you channelize, and where do you place your van, and how many schools in a month or a week, how this entire system works.
So some 5 years ago we came out with this concept of mobile science laboratory. It is not that we are the first one to start this, but some other organizations also were running this program. But then when we visited rural schools especially, or poor schools in Mumbai also, we saw that they don't have laboratories. I would give one example of one school in Mumbai where just for the purpose of their inspection they were showing that as laboratory, but that small room of say 6 by 8 feet was being used for 7 purposes. It was their laboratory, it was their staff room, it was their library, it was their pantry. All these things were used in one room only, and they were showing experiments to science students only before going to the exam substance.
Mumbai,
Yeah.
I have also visited lot of schools in other states. Same problem. I mean, you can place these schools and the scenario is same.
Scenario is same.
Yeah.
So that is why we thought that unless science cannot be understood only by reading the books,
True.
unless you see it, you handle it, you don't know the concept.
Yes.
So unless even a simple litmus paper, if you don't handle and put it in acid or base, you don't know how it changes the color.
Correct.
So if the students do it with their own hand and they put a litmus paper in acid, they would immediately come to know that it turns red and it will be in their mind for their lifetime. So such concepts we are taking. Our van goes to a school where they are in their classroom only we conduct the science experiments. We first find out how much they know. Like for example, there are some experiments on magnetism.
Right.
So how much they know, that we first understand, whether they know what is North Pole, whether they know what is South Pole, whether they attract, so that
Yes.
we first find out, and then we show them the experiments.
Yeah.
So when they see the experiments, when they do the experiments, they come to know that yes, these are south and south are repelling ends. So they will come to know. Now what is the concept of bullet train? We hear a lot about bullet train, but how it works with
Yeah,
a
yes.
with a magnetic concept. So that is told to them. So when that is told to them, it always remains in their mind. So once laboratory, it goes to 15 different schools in a year. That visits that school 3 times in a year. So 6th standard to 10th standard science experiments are there, and these experiments are shown to students in those 3 visits, and the entire syllabus is covered. And at the end we also conduct exam. Also we have a lot of science exhibition, as you have seen one such exhibition
Yes.
earlier. So generally on a National Science Day we conduct such exhibitions, and students explain their own experiments to the visitors, to their parents. So they create a lot of things with that. So the creativity also is there.
Every year you
Yes,
follow the
every
same.
year we do this. Now we have got 6 mobile science laboratories running
More
around
what?
Mumbai and 2 near Pune. So
Oh,
there are 8 mobile science laboratories which are going from school to school and showing experiments to the students.
Great.
And many principals have given us the testimonial that this laboratory has been very useful
Yes, yes.
to our students.
I have been witness to that.
Yes, thank you.
So there is no doubt about that. Going at the next level, you also, I mean, through Seva Sahayog Foundations, distribute lot of books, digital gadgets, and their schools bags and other stuff. So if after listening to this interview, if somebody is really wanted to volunteer themselves, maybe they are staying remotely area, I mean other countries or some parts of the India, some part of the world. So how they can associate with you, not physically if they wanted to volunteer in terms of providing you the fund. So how they can associate with Seva Sahayog Foundation? Is there any platform or where they can contribute to your charity?
Yeah, so Seva Sahayog, we get funds from individuals as well as CSR. So that is one thing. For CSR, we have got about 40 to 50 companies with which we are working every year. So that is one thing. And as well as individuals also, they donate. Those who want to do good things for the society but don't have time. Either they are working, they get only 1 or 2 days in a week, but they want something good to happen in society. So they can donate to us on we have got a website www.sevasahayog.org. We also have Facebook page in the name of Seva Sahayog. We have got Instagram, we have got LinkedIn pages in the name of Seva Sahayog. So you can get connected with us. You can donate to us through Razorpay, or our account details will be available if you go on our website. So you can donate from there. There is a donate page also on that. You can donate from that. And if you want to also get involved as a volunteer, you can always contact us on our website.
I will put the entire details in the video descriptions with your banking details and the Roger Pay's number, so that if anybody is watching this video, they can go into the video descriptions. You can find the volunteer link also. You can find the individual contributor wherever in the world you are. You can contribute, and even for some corporate who is willing to donate or being a part of this CSR projects, they can of course connect with you with the given number in the descriptions. And overall, sir, it was how you will conclude overall your experience. You have started in August 2009 to till now. It's like 12 to 14, 13 years roundabout. So how is overall journey, and what is your future plan?
It has been very satisfying journey. We started with very humble background. Only we had one or two staff with us and some few volunteers who initiated this concept. And initially only few beneficiaries were there. But slowly, with our efforts, we reached to more and more people, and we found that there are a lot of people who want to work for the society, who want to do something good in the society. So we got their support, and after 2013, that is after Companies Act amendment and CSR activity starting, a lot of boost we have got for this social work, and corporates also are helping us with their volunteers and with their funds. So, and when we see a smile on a face of a child in very remote village, when we give a school kit to a child, he gets so happy. He has never used a school bag till his 6th or 7th standard. Maybe he may be carrying in a plastic bag, or he may be just tying with a rubber band and taking it to school. And when he gets a new school bag, his smile is really satisfying. So such there are a lot of examples, like in our Kishori Vikas, today being the International Balika Divas, many girls who otherwise would have got married at a much earlier age, now they have postponed their marriages. They said that we are not going to marry up to 18 years and unless we complete our education. So that is a very satisfying experience. Many children who otherwise would have gone vagabond and just left their education, now they are having a good education, they are doing their graduation, they are doing their post-graduation. So to see all these things, and then they are coming back to us to help. Now in many of our Abhyasikas, our past students are coming as Abhyasika teachers and to develop other students from that area. So that is very satisfying experience. And all our Seva Sahayog volunteers, staff are working very hard to reach up to the last mile. That is, I can say, our USP is that we have got such a big network of NGOs that we can reach up to last mile in any village in the entire country, anywhere. So that is very satisfying experience that we are getting from this kind of work.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really pleasure talking to you, and it's fortunate for the team Business Aajkal to having you on this conversations. This is Sumit Kumar Singh signing off for the moment. We will see you in the another episodes with some other eminent personality. If you have not subscribed it, kindly subscribe it. If you want to donate for this charity project, do donate it. And if you think this video is adding some value additions into your knowledge and something more into your life, do like, share and subscribe. We will see you in another episode. Till then, goodbye, take care.